this is Emilio. I am back for another session of Throwdown draws. So, usual deal here. Just doing the same old here. Let me just make sure, let me know if you hear any problems or any sort of issues. Yeah. Let's see. How come my little guy's... Oh, yeah, my little guy's working there. All right, so yes. So what am I working on tonight? What I'm doing is I'm essentially updating an image that I did earlier. Not long ago. So David Martinez from the Cyberpunk Edgerunners show. If you notice, there's this funky cube here. Right here on the side, that right there, that was my placeholder for for what was going to be there. I originally drew it, and I always meant there to be something there. So just for a fun gag, I threw that in there. If you guys don't know anything about like the development of the Cyberpunk game, is it sort of there were a lot of issues with it, and then sometimes some things didn't get authored, and there were these things called prefab cubes, which were essentially big obvious cubes that used to sit in the environment that would tell the developers, okay, there is something missing here, make sure to add that in. But obviously with the way that the game was developed, there was a lot of issues and stuff like that. Things didn't get addressed until later. So I did a little thing to that, but there were always meant to be something there. So what's meant to be there? Well, what you see here, these are just some preliminary 3D models that I posed to put there. For Rebecca and Lucy. So they're all lit up and everything, but I'm not going to be using that lighting right now because, obviously it's mostly correct lighting, but it may not exactly serve what I'm going to be doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first, actually let me just show you the 3D models a little bit. So you can rotate them around to do all kinds of stuff. So Lucy's hair is actually a bunch of primitives that I put on there. And you can move these characters any way you want them. See? But obviously her cigarette was there. So her cigarette there is a primitive. Rebecca's gun is actually a gun from something, but it's just a placeholder. It's not actually going to be the gun that I'm going to be modeling there or be drawing there. But for David, I actually didn't use any 3D. I just eyed it. So these characters are pretty much perspective perfect, with an exception of. Clip Studio Paint has this ability, I forgot what it's called. It's called like anime perspective or manga perspective, or essentially distorts the images. So let me first things first, let me just remove this lighting from these characters. So at least for now, it's a little distracting. So I'm going to go here, going to go to the preferences, turn off all lighting. So now you get some nice clean forms here. I'm going to also lock everything on here because I don't want any of this stuff moving by accident. So that's the Rebecca one. That's the light. That's not going to be there. Camera, that's fine. So you can see how they're sort of put together. So there you go. So everything is nice and locked. So if I ever touch any of this stuff, it won't accidentally move an arm or anything. But I can show you a little bit more. See? But if you notice, like her cigarette seems to be floating out of her hand and stuff, that is a side effect of the manga perspective that's on here, where it distorts the angle of things. It's kind of weird. Like you'll see the arm is all floating out of the gun. It's kind of fun. Anyway, it's only meant to look good from this angle anyways. So first thing I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to not delete, but I'm going to turn off the layer for Rebecca for now, because I'm going to actually work on this in a bunch of different sections. So let's see what we got here. So yeah, that's Lucy. This should be Rebecca. Okay, there we go. Yep, so we're just going to turn her off. We're going to turn off her pistol for now. We're just going to have that. We're going to turn off the prefab cube because we don't need that anymore. We just have the raw drawing, the raw so you notice like the shadows are a little off because she's slightly floating off the ground, but I'm not going to be using any of that stuff. What we're going to do with this is we're going to, this is my drawing of David. I'm going to keep him here just so I remember what's what. You can see what he's doing there. My stupidly clean line art, I guess you call it. So yeah, if everybody's out there watching, please let me know in the chat if there's anything going on, if you see any weird oddities or something like that. And I guess we'll get to drawing. Throwdown draws. Let's see. So I'll make up a new. This is my sketch. Here's my additional sketches I did to that. And this is sort of a separated file. This file is sort of separated out from the main image because I think I originally meant this to go into the what was that program? I was going to take it to like on the go, so I separated the image out. One thing about this show is that there's a lot of images of David, but there's not a lot of images of the other characters, especially in profile and stuff like that. But I think it'll be fine. Let me see what. There's not a lot of images in profile. They don't have like full like at least for David himself they have a full turnaround. At least I have a full turnaround for him, but for some reason the other characters don't seem to have any, at least that I could find. Maybe this is an early concept. Yeah, I haven't been able to, some of these are by the character artist, these drawings are by the character artist to sort of help me, that I took to take out to help me. This one is a study over here that I sort of did because you don't get to see the back of Lucy all the time, so that's just a little drawing I did there. Let's move this out of the way. So at least from the side, what does her hair do? Usually under normal circumstances you get like which version of Rebecca do I have? screenshots. Let's see. Okay, this is a pretty good drawing to sort of. Alright. I get it. Yeah, I hate having to like search around for all kinds of different, take a bunch of screenshots and things. I wish that like some of these studios would just put down. Oh wait, ooh, hold on. Yep, that's helpful. There we go. And you see me going through my files here. All right. So there you go. One tiny little drawing of her side view. Oh, is it really low? Oh, sorry about that. Let me adjust that. All right. It's funny because I had to adjust my mic before because we usually do our podcast. Let's see what the properties are on this. Yeah, the music seems to be overpowering me, right? How do I sound now? Pai Guhan, what am I sounding like here? I'm not being overpowered by the music, am I? Yo, what is up? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, usually when you do this stuff, it sort of resets everything. But I think I'm good. At least looking at my things, I seem to be coming over at least the music already. Right now I'm just trying to get the rough drawing out of the way. It's always good to have this stuff, but like there's a couple of things that you have to understand when you're using like 3D models as your reference, is that a lot of times what happens, especially with these things, is they get very sort of stiff. Because of just the nature of the way it looks. Like I'll show you. Like sometimes you have to sort of pull, like you see the way this shoulder is. Sometimes you got to really pull the shoulder out in order to do things like that. So like under normal circumstances, I'd probably pull this in a little bit, this a little here, do that. But it's definitely a nice reference to have. But again, it's not really meant to be totally worked off of. It's just to really sort of get you to a place that you can do what you need to do. So like over here, like you see how this over here sort of doesn't look right. You just sort of fix that up. But it's always nice to have like a little like and then over here you see this as a twisting of the twisting of the model. Sometimes the models just are not, like, just the way the pens on these things are rigged, they sort of get a little odd. Like, and then also they right here, like really weird hip stuff going on over there. You want to go in and adjust all of that. And I'm drawing her fully through because I like to make sure, especially when I'm doing this sort of art, is that it gives me options later on if I want to maybe make another print or something of it. separate out all the elements. It's not something I would always do, but I'll try to zoom out, make sure I'm nice and zoomed out for you guys so you can see. See, like that's a really good form right there. Her shoes would be like there. Get that there. I'm gonna try to keep myself zoomed so you can actually see things. Because sometimes when you go into this sort of stuff, you just draw and you just draw close. Let me set David to like a different color so he's not bugging my eye. Make him red. Yeah, that's good. Okay. See, like for her shoes, she's got these sort of funky shoes on, so I'm gonna draw all that, sketch that in real quick. Sometimes when you do this stuff, you gotta push it a little bit more than what the actual especially when you're doing drawings, it'll sometimes what'll happen is that you'll just get all this weird stuff. Like you want to get it to a point where you get it to look good, but sometimes when you get it to look good, it doesn't make any sort of real sense. Sometimes your eye, what's something that may actually be right may actually not look right when it's drawn. Like for instance, like the perspective of this is like a sort of pushed perspective. Sometimes you'll do things, just to exaggerate certain parts. What am I doing here? What layer am I drawing on? Well, hopefully it's not anything important. Let me check it. Okay, this seems to be that stuff. Alright, so let me just make sure she's going down here. Okay, we'll see. Alrighty. Make sure that's all good. Again, I'm going to adjust a bunch of stuff off of this, but again, it's nice to have this model here to sort of help. Like for this, I had to push it a little bit on this one, so what I would do is probably give her a little more of this shoe. Definitely this stuff will help here. To be honest, I probably would even adjust this a little bit more and give her a little more. Let's see. Just adjusting the shoe a little bit. Okay, shot's looking good. there. This way, like, you know, so there's there was like a model problem with this where it like sort of causes this weird gummy elbow. Usually elbows are a little more pointy, so I try to sort of work that one in. But yeah, definitely this stuff will give me a little extra. And then from her hair, see, I put the 3D object there to sort of help me out with that. And then seems like her head. Now, one thing to know is I think, as I remember, Lucy is slightly taller than David, at least in the beginning of the show, so I have to work out. I made her a little bit taller than him. Later on, he gets like stupidly huge, but initially he's sort of... Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I found an even better reference. All right, so let's... Hold on. Oh, that? What the hell did they do to this? Alright, this is not bad. Okay. Sorry, I'm actually doing another search to see if I can find a better side view, or more on model side view. And I think there might be I think I just ran into like a back image too that looked good. It's not a big deal. I don't need all that stuff. Yeah, again, I don't like taking so many screenshots. I would like to have a full-on character design, because, you know, like usually what happens in animation is like each artist has their own way of doing things. So that's the new image I found. Let's pull that into the... That's helpful. There you go. Even better. This will be better than that other one. Just I get to see some of the other details on her. So there you go. Now we have a good enough idea as to how this character works. A little more of a pointier nose. Let's see, how you guys doing over there? Hope I'm not boring you. this taking up so much of the screen. Officially, I could full screen this thing, but I like having my stuff on the sides. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm gonna keep messing with her face because I'm just trying to get all this down. Hey, dear.
Look how thick this is.
Hi, Beva. I am streaming, but I can possibly take a short break. What is it? What is it that you need?
I just want some popcorn.
Popcorn. She definitely has a Major Kusanagi sort of feel to her. The Major. Maybe I will need that other image. Hold on. All right. Each person has their way, their sort of weird, their sort of way of drawing. It's just so like, at least from my end, I'm always trying to find a sort of, what do they call, a baseline look. Because each artist has their own ways of drawing the character, just depending on the actual person. So for me, I sort of like the more sharper look for her. It seems to work better. But the problem of her hair, that's the part that I'm having a little issue with here. Like figuring out how this works. It seems to like she's got bangs and stuff like that, so but I also like that it sort of sticks forward. But maybe that's not right. Not really part of her bangs, it's more of her, it's more of the side. Okay. And a lot of this is given her even in the show, you notice like there's not a lot of, there's always kinds of different changes and stuff that they do to the characters to sort of bring up the emotion of the moment. So, alright. Like I said, I'm keeping David there so you guys can see what the original thing was going to be. He had a cigarette. Even this, which is good, gives you a little bit of a whatever the look of it is. Shouldn't take me too long to sketch this out. I just want to get it to a point where I know what everything is. See, here's another thing. Like you can see differences in ears. Again, people have different ways of drawing ears. I'm going to go with a more detailed one. Kind of like the way I did with David here. She has giant ears though. Was doing a bunch of research on ears, and I was like, apparently like certain types of ear types are mostly like what do you call it, are rare, like rare genome ears. So like this, like I forgot what it was. It's like if a person's ear is sort of detached, like you see the lobe is detached. There's certain types of people that have it and don't. Some people have ears that are just like that. They're just attached, and there's no real earlobe on the bottom. But obviously, everybody here in Edgerunner universe is all has detached earlobes. So like over here, like it's sort of like I made David look a little older than he actually is. At least when he's wearing the jacket version of him, like, you know, he's just wearing the jacket and the little outfit. You know, his sort of baggy pants and shirt outfit. Later on, he gets like maximized. See, also here, this one you get to see the her cyber connections.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Hey,
there. Let's make sure. See, there's already, you can see differences between what I drew and what the original had. He's a little more, at least in my drawings, a little more it's not nearly like the perspective on this one is like this. So we should theoretically see a little bit of the top of her nose, and the eyes would be right there. I don't know. I mean, maybe I should go for that. I don't know. I'm gonna toss it. I'll keep this face around though. I think that's a little more dynamic. Yeah, I think that's a little more dynamic. Let's do that. Alrighty. There we go. Seems a bit better. Let's see if it's a little low. Yeah, it's probably a little low. Damn it. Hey, what's up, folks? How's it going? Saw some folks just pop in. How is it going? Okay. Yeah, that's looking cool.
Detail. Uh-oh.
are you guys saying? Thanks, Goes Dini. You're pretty good. Just trying to get it all good. One thing always, like drawing of faces and stuff like that, usually I always feel like are one of the more important things. I mean, obviously everything's important, but just sort of... Uh-oh. Alright, so I'm actually going to take a short break. And I'm going to go do some get something quickly from the store. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna toss up the be right back thing. Let me just save. Actually, you know what? I'll just leave the screen up. I mean, usually I have a little bit be right back thing, but I'm just gonna leave it. I think the artwork looks cool on there. So I'll just turn David back on for now. All right, let me write a little be right back, and I'll go and get me some, get a little something from the store. Hello, folks. I am back from the store. It's got a little something. So you may hear me crunching on things. So yeah. You just hear me chewing on shit. Riveting stream. This is going to be a little bit of a tangent on the head there. So what I'll do is I'll just extend it past that. So one thing about tangents, you don't want them. Lines naturally, naturally covering over things. You don't want anything like that. It's also nice to see these close-ups like this because you know what? This is a wide image, so let's Hello. What? You still? Am I still low? Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm coming in so low here, but at least, I mean, am I coming over the music? Hello? Yo. You got your volume at max? Oh my god. At least my mic is louder than the music. All right, good, good, good. So how you doing, Paikuhan? Figured I'd do a little something on our, well, at least for today. I have the day off, and I figured I'd finish off this image, or at least get it to a point where I'm happy with it. Yeah, like one thing about, again, one thing about using 3D models for anything, so you got to remember that sometimes there's things that will work. I mean, obviously with them being, 3D models, they're mostly right, but I think a lot of times what you have to do also keep in consideration is that sometimes sometimes the way the way they're rigged is a little bit weird, and if you start copying that, exactly, then your images will look stiff. But I'm just using it for a lot of, like, during this angle, drawing angles like this is, I could do them, but it's also nice to, get it to skip. You're playing Borderlands on the PS5? Nice. Is that the PS4 version of Borderlands that you're playing on 5, or is there a new? Was that the new one? Tiny Tina's Wonderland, or whatever it's called. Ah, okay, you updated to 5. Nice. I still have yet to move on from before. Just waiting for that right moment where there's a few things that I'm interested in playing. I mean, Spider-Man might do that. Though I don't know how far that game is away, though. Just making sure that I have all this here. Nice. Was that Spider-Man 1 or was that the Miles Morales one? Ah, nice. It's funny, I bought that one for $4. I mean, the other thing is that game, regardless of what you're playing it on, it still looks really nice. May not have that little bit of the ray tracing and all that sort of stuff on there, but it does look really nice. It ran really well on the 4 too. I don't remember if she's got any nail polish on her hands. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Sometimes the anime characters, they have nails, but they only appear whenever they are important. It's looking pretty good. Give it a little something there. She's got some of these dealies going on here. And it's funny, it's like I don't think I've ever drawn Major Kusanagi before from Ghost in the Shell. Oh, it's a little lower. really stops like right at the top of her eyeballs. All right. So now let's figure out what her outfit is. Turn off the assistance here. A lot of times when I do this stuff, I sort of try to clear out as many, hit as many marks as possible so that I can, so there's no sort of too much guesswork when I'm doing cleanup. One thing I was thinking of getting before anything was actually picking up a PS5 controller. They have a really nice, what do you call it, camouflage looking one that's available on the PlayStation site. And the new controllers are actually $50 now, as opposed to 70. You can go on. Actually, the controllers are $50. Are pretty much $50 everywhere. But if you go to the PlayStation Store, let's see. If you go into the store, you go into like hardware and go to PS5. I think accessories. You gotta go to shop. You go to hardware and discs, and they have a nice little sale. Right now, you can pick up. Well, it's like $5.99 for the main console, but the controllers are all still $50. PlayStation. Oh, the Edge controller is the fancy new one, huh? I just saw that on their site. Yeah, I have a tradition of always picking up a camouflage controller. I have one for every single console that I have one for every single console that I have. Let's see. Where are you? Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's the camouflage controller. And then they have that Edge controller. I don't know what the deal is with that one. Oh, it comes with a fancy bag and everything. That's fun. Damn, $199 for a controller. Jeez. All right. I see you. What's up, folks? I see there's three people in here. Yeah. I guess I'm not the most interesting person to follow on this platform. It's not a big deal. I was planning to do this work anyway, regardless of being on a stream or not. Just figured I'd share, since we don't have an episode of Throwdown this week, or at least, not this week, but we already recorded our episode for Thursday, so on Wednesday, so yep, there you go. Yeah, that's the controller that I was thinking of getting. It seems that ever since the 4, me and Tony always seem to get the controller before the actual console. At least for that situation we did. right now I'm just doing her jacket. Some people, like, you know, at least a lot of people nowadays, they'll essentially create like a transparent layer where they'll add clothes and stuff like that. Sometimes they'll do that, but I don't always do that. I like to sort of keep everything all together on the actual sketch. Okay, this is going to be an interesting one because I don't have an image of her from this angle, so it's going to be interesting. I know the back sort of goes downward like this. Her jacket's permanently always down. See? But that part of it comes over here. Yeah, I think that'll work. So that it comes around here. And this one, like I noticed, it's a little more detailed. And then the shoulders like that. There you go. Extend that out a little more. So it definitely seems like there's a lot more space over here. Okay, and then the back. Let's give it a little more space. Go. Taking a little drink here. Let's see her neck. Okay. top, it sort of does this at the top. Having issues over there?
This thing just does not want to work. There's something wrong with these discs. They're not scratched or anything.
Yeah, maybe your computer just doesn't like those.
So, that's unfortunate. I can't watch those. The reason why I bought them is so I can watch them on my fucking computer.
We can always watch them in the living room if you like.
I want to do it while I'm working. I want to watch them while I'm working. I don't want to watch them out in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
Not even this other DVD wants to work. Man, this thing fucking sucks. It's like, how hard is it to get a DVD to work?
You think it? Are you sure it's not the program you're using to run it?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Because it was working fine until, now nothing wants to work.
Even ones that you usually have too?
Well, I haven't tried those.
Like, maybe you need to restart.
Shouldn't have to do that.
Yay, I'm earning points watching my own stream. What can I get with my stream points? Wow, I just realized how little things we can get on our little streams. I need to rectify this. Review available with subscribers. No.
This fucking stupid shit would work.
Yeah, I got a torrents. Let's add some sunglasses to them. Boom. A little quiet in here. Hope everybody's doing okay out of there. You know, one thing about streaming is I never got the whole process of it really. You know, obviously you got to keep on the ball whenever you do these things, but let's see. There we go. I'll add in the happy with the way I drew this leg. Don't want to lose any of that. See, now this is where we're gonna have to try to figure things out. Because again, I can't find. I found a bunch of reference, but I didn't find everything. Like, look at that. Like, there's all this additional detail that you don't see. I think on the back of the leg there's a little, what's the side?
The singing dork.
Okay, so I remember the. Okay. This is going to be an interesting one to figure out. Oh, that one's better. Alrighty. That looks good. How's it going?
Alright.
My little guy over there seems to be just randomly voicing stuff. His mouth is just moving. Let's see what it's going on. That's pretty funny. Like, I'm just looking at my little icon, and he's just like, his mouth is constantly moving. I think what it does is it like react. What the way I have it set up is that it reacts to sound. There we go. It seems to work now. Yeah, I did some really kooky stuff to get that thing to work. I mean, sometimes like the only reason why I have that thing is because I just just doing stuff and it's just sort of resource intensive, especially running video and all that stuff. So I was like, much rather just do the stream, have like a fill-in image, and then switch out if I want to put my put my video on there and put my direct feed. I noticed that images don't seem to be going. The chat image doesn't seem to be working. Let's see what the deal is. Open noise, equalizer slider, display capture. There you go. Scan lines. I'm wondering what the deal is on talking image, no cam. Display cam. Yeah, it's funny. I'm trying to figure out what the deal is here on this one because it's doesn't seem to be running right now. Oop. Yeah, I'll figure it out later. I was trying to figure out why the chat's not showing up on the screen. But I can't actually figure it out. The subs thing, I don't even know where the hell the subs thing is. Eh. Yeah, we probably got to reset the StreamYard section of the chat because it doesn't seem to be showing up on here anymore. Yeah, I gotta look at the restream data. Cause yeah, I don't. Yeah, cause when you say stuff, it should show up on the screen, but it doesn't, right? Yeah, I'm not able to monitor any of that, which is unfortunate. Control shutdown source when not visible. Yeah, let's refresh. Yeah, doesn't seem to be working. Oh, wait, unless this is the... You know what? This is probably... I know what this is. I'm using my my own chat on my page. This is... Because this look for Throwdown draws is actually meant for my original thing. I think Throwdown draws is supposed to look like this. It's funny, I never even set this one up. This one's like the old one. Let's just use the original one. It's all messed up. Yeah, because the idea is because I have two different versions of Throwdown draws. One that's for Throwdown itself, and then one that it's from my own streaming, and that's why it all looks fancy and stuff. But yeah, let's see what the other ones are. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna take a short mental break. So let me get you there. So let's see. What does this version of Throwdown draws look like? That's a blank screen. What about that one? It's another blank screen. All right. Yeah, I have all kinds of goofy like noises and stuff set. I went really in on trying to get this version of the stream, to look really cool. Like if you notice that the little equalizer on the side works, my little guy talks whenever I talk. It moves the mouth. I did all this friggin' research. I probably can't even replicate whatever the hell I did here, but yeah. Dude, it might be fun to set that up for the for an actual Throwdown, the little equalizer, because there's a little equalizer in the corner, but that doesn't react to anything. And that's my pause. This is my pause screen. There you go. You got to see that for a little second. And one thing about it is I can actually hear everything that's going on in the stream, which is kind of fun. I have it set so that I can monitor the sound effects. All right, she's looking pretty good. I don't know if she's got any, like, I don't know if there's any shots of her fingernails. Let's check it out. Man, I'm looking at that dual sense controller, man. I really want the camo one. Let's see. Oh, there's a good shot of her hand there. I can't wait till people see the what do they call it, the oh, they're gonna put a Kumakun on there. I'm sorry, I'm just that distracted. This is because I went on to Netflix's Okay, that's cool. I just got distracted. I wanted to look for some reference, and I just stumbled onto Netflix's anime Twitter, and I was just like, "Oh, look at what's coming in." So, it's gonna be interesting to see that stuff. I know they have. Oh well, no, they don't have Dororo, do they? Dororo. How's it going? So a couple of folks just dropped in. You know, just here, just drawing some stuff, drawing some cyberpunks. Pull up a reference. So see thing, the belt will gonna go. It's gonna go right there. This is her sort of short skirt, I guess. Okay, this is gonna go a little lower, isn't it? So it's gonna be like right there. That's the belt that's sticking out on the top there. And then that's her thing there, and then she's got two holes. Like she's got this one right here. Okay. Just trying to figure out this outfit here. So then she's got another hole right there. Keeps this thing slim. Then we got that. Yeah, see that one right there is a little broken from what I did. That's the point. Make sure you don't copy it exactly when you do that stuff. Like it goes like that. It's a section right there. I'm guessing that's the front over there, obviously. Thanks for stopping by, Paikuhan. Hope it didn't bore you too much. Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah, thanks a lot. Also, thanks for watching us, man. Hmm. It definitely has a Faye Valentine feel to her, I would say. It's probably the hair. Yeah. Now we gotta figure out these boots. Sometimes when I do stuff like this, I often draw them a little boxy so that it can sort of help me figure it out. Once I've gotten Lucy up to snuff, I'm gonna go and go and work on Rebecca next. Just want to make sure that I have everything correct for it, See, there's a small issue right there. Like you look at these two legs here. They're not even the same. They're slightly different. So again, whenever artists do things, like especially when you have multiple artists, it's always trying to, not a battle, but it's always trying to keep things on model. Not to say that like a lot, somebody who's worked in animation, each artist has their own sort of looks to their work, and sometimes there's obviously that you have to, whenever you're designing stuff, you have to sort of design for other people who are going to be working on it after you. Why am I not using the whole real estate? One thing about it is like I always forget this because I'm so used to just going up and not drawing on the whole, just drawing a section of it. But I gotta remember, like sometimes I gotta keep things nice and zoomed out so that everyone can see what the hell I'm doing. Because if you think about it, you really don't draw on all of the real estate of your screen. At least for me, I feel like I only draw like in a section about that big, like this big, in the whole scheme of things. And this is even going back to my, like, when I'm not working physical. Hey, dear. Hey, hey, dear. Hey, how much real estate of the screen do you work on? Like, what would you say is the amount of screen space that you actually, like, draw in? I always feel like that my space is about this big. Like I don't know, maybe about that big.
What do you mean zoomed in?
No, just in general. Like I don't work on a full like image, like all the way. Yeah, that's weird.
Ooh.
See, it look good.
Mhm. Man, I had this thing in my nose.
You got a boogie?
Yep.
Boogie.
Ah, boogie.
I wonder. No, it's not. Let's just make these symmetrical. See, 'cause this is just gonna confuse me.
Kitty balls. Now I feel like my ears are gonna pop. Jeez.
And that's just because of the when you're blowing your nose, right? How's it going? I wonder how many people stream. I don't even know what the good times of streaming are for people. For me, it's always like whenever I feel like it. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty cool. So let's try to figure out the rest of this shape here. I'm going to turn off David for a bit. So I'm trying to understand this shape right here. saving. My eraser just go dead. Oh, okay, it didn't go dead. Okay, that's looking cool. Then these go down to her legs. Like that. There's no... And then these guys right here. Okay. Sup, X Killer? Killer Instinct, how's it going? I make it look better than the anime? That's a compliment, thank you. I'm doing okay. I just have had a little, I mean, to be honest, I don't really have any plans. Me and the lady went and did our little Thanksgiving thing. She cooked up a storm, and we just, we just don't really, we're just doing usual stuff. I have a full time now, so I'm just, what I'm doing is like I get idle hands. I need to do something. So I had this in the works for a while now. I mean, I think you might have seen this, but this was the original. The original piece started off like this. But I originally meant there to be a Rebecca drawing and a Lucy drawing within the same thing. Oh well, with usual, what do they call it? Thanksgiving fare, turkey and stuff like that. My girlfriend's into organic stuff, so she got like a pasture raised turkey, so it was pretty good. And we had she made her stuffing, like her cornbread stuffing, and all kinds of other fun stuff. So it was nice. Some pumpkin pie, good stuff. I mean, it was another art book, or what do you mean? I mean, I hope to be able to make a new art book. I would love to make another one. I kind of harped on that Metal Gear one for a good minute, but yeah, it's a process. I just got to figure out. I had two ideas. This one's from like maybe 4 years ago. I had this idea of making two alternate art books. One was going to be called Ponies, which is going to be like a PlayStation video game character book, and then the other one was going to be called Xbots. So you get the two books, and then you just draw characters from. I was gonna like draw characters from each of their, like their first party characters. So like for Microsoft, it'd be like Halo. I guess now it'd be Senua. It'd be like some other characters. So those will all be theirs, and then have all the main Sony ones. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that one was a lot of work. I mean, the only thing about that one is just it was all work that I did on my spare time. So stuff like what I'm doing here, just like a little bit of spare time, and I just drew some characters. And I mean, that book was just like me, like thinking, like, you know what, maybe I should start sharing all this artwork that I'm drawing all over the place. So that was that. So I noticed that this right here is like that. I mean, to be honest, it's like, I just did it for myself to, just make myself happy. I mean, that's the way if when it comes to art, a lot of us are just like, that's what we're sort of doing. We started drawing not because, we wanted to make money at it, because we wanted to amuse ourselves. And I feel like a lot of artists, are also trying to work back to that sort of headspace or that space again. For years after years of selling your skills off to other people, finally you get to come back and do something for yourself. I feel like that's the dream for a lot of people, or essentially like just being able to come back and just draw for yourself. The dream is to be able to draw for yourself and make money doing it, but not everything is set in stone like that. Like a lot of times, you'll just get, a lot of times you just don't, things don't happen that way. You sort of put yourself to the sidelines, and just keep drawing for everyone else. As I remember, she's got some dealies on her neck. A lot of times you end up trying to justify, like, oh, maybe should I do this because I want to, or should I do this because, or shouldn't I do it and just do something that makes me money? And I feel like sometimes that's always a hard situation, because obviously you really want to do stuff for yourself, but you sort of put yourself to the sidelines because obviously you need to keep a roof over your head, right? But I noticed, like, being but doing this new job that I have, I mean, it's allowing me to have that sort of time to where I can actually do things that I really what I want to do, personal projects and stuff. Still sort of getting used to, I still have to be responsible for all the things in my schedule, but it's nice to sort of get back to that sort of mental headspace where you don't need to worry so much about where the cash is coming from, because it'll be there. You just need to, just use your spare time to do the things that you want to do, as opposed to just the things that, all the other stuff. Yep. Alrighty. So, okay, so she's got this. Then there's this little dealie going through here. One thing about character design, again, like I think I said this before, is just you're not only designing for what's cool, but you're also sort of trying to think about who is drawing after you, and is the thing that you're creating easy to recreate, easy to draw over and over and over again. You have to think about, like, an animation, like these guys, like, I'm spending all this time trying to perfect this drawing. These guys got to go in there, they got to get it right, get everything on model. Oop, slow it down a little. Let me see that. I was just taking a little bit of a drink. Yeah, I think she's looking cool. Turn off all this paraphernalia in the back here. There's like these little squares on the back of her jacket. Just gonna do a little bit more of a cleanup on that, and then I'll head over onto Rebecca next. thing I gotta do is her belt. Yeah, she's got this sort of ghillie suit looking dealy going on here. Keep that wrinkle there. Okay. Seems very much like the character, this pose. Let's give it that thing. So now let's set up the belt. The belt seems to give her a lot more. Let's see, right here seems to be the right spot. Let's look at the back view. Sort of hangs a little low. Okay. Say something like this seems right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll make any more changes I need to later, but I think that looks pretty good. I think that's a good looking Lucy. So let's give her a color. So we can visually separate her. Oops. Visually separate her from everything else. looking good. Alright, let's throw a color on her for now. I'm putting a little more color than I should. But I think it's a little more interesting that way, so we're just going to keep doing this. Usually I wouldn't do this sort of stuff, but I think it makes for a more interesting image. At least to have it. I think my girlfriend's losing it. You losing it back there?
Huh?
Are you losing it?
What's that?
Are you losing it?
Am I losing it?
Yeah, I just hear you.
No, it's just, this is funny. This is the queen of the heart, please.
I gotta fix up the hair a little bit. I'll do that later. Whoops, I forgot to make that little line there. I'll fix that. Okay. Hey, was Minnie let out of the crate?
Yeah, let him out.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. They're looking pretty cool together. What's up, Cathead? I wonder if I can move her up a little bit. I think she needs to move up, but I'm not gonna do that yet. Maybe like right there. That would look cool. All right. Now with the color, I actually gets to see a little bit more of what I was doing. I might go in and get rid of some of these additional lines, make it look a little cleaner, even though it's not really going to matter because it's all going to go. Okay. Alrighty, folks. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Throwdown Draws. Tune in next time where we will begin right where we left off. And make sure to like and subscribe to see our content as well as more episodes of Throwdown Draws. See you later, guys.